And Martha is dead. Saying some disturbing scenes of self-harm, gore, and stuff. So it deals with some intense topics. So just be warned if you're sensitive to things like that. The Italian voiceover was very good, but unfortunately I just don't speak Italian, so I need to be able to hear so I can look away and read chat once in a while. Otherwise I'll miss everything if I look away.
Ciao, I'm Julia Kay. I'm glad you are here. Nobody has visited me in ages. It's been years now. I must tell you my story, but I don't know where to begin. There is so much that... I should start from my childhood, but my memories of these times are vague. I only remember the summer of 1929.
Long time ago.
When they sent me off to stay with my nanny.
It'd be very interesting, like having so much money you can
Nanny,
have someone raise your child for you.
The story of the White Lady?
No, little sparrow. Not tonight. A fog is coming, see?
Yes. I know that when it's foggy, the lady kills young women. But why is she so evil?
You see, Julia, pain and suffering can make us do evil things, even if we're not actually bad.
Just like soldiers have to kill other soldiers. I like the lady, I've decided, Nanny. She must be in so much pain. The poor dear. She still scares me a little, though. Soon I'll be a young woman, and she could kill me. Does she kill those who love her?
Of course not.
That makes me feel better because I love her. But what about Martha? Would she be in danger?
Martha will be fine.
Your sister is with your mother, so do not worry. Do you miss them?
No. I mean, yes, I miss Martha a little, but I love spending time with you.
Now, go to sleep, little sparrow. It's getting late.
Okay, Nanny. I'll go to sleep and dream of the lady. Was she beautiful?
She was beautiful. Yes, very much so.
Then she'll be beautiful in my dreams. And will I be beautiful just like her?
You'll be even more beautiful.
Don't lie to her.
Listen, Nanny. Since the lady won't harm me because I love her, and since you're not a young woman...
How dare you?
Could you tell me her story? Even if it's foggy outside. Please. Oh, please. Then I'll sleep. I promise.
Oh, all right. You always get your own way.
I'm sure Martha will be just fine.
That story. Every time I heard it, it sounded like a new and more mesmerizing tale. Every night I would ask her to tell me about it, even though it scared me. Even now I can remember every single day of that time and how happy I was.
The White Lady.
According to an ancient legend, the lakes of the area are haunted by the spirit of a young woman who was killed by the man she loved.
Men.
She was expecting a lover's stroll by the lake, gazing out at the old tree growing on the lake's island. So much hope and desire, but death, not love, was awaiting her.
Oh, the poor dear. That's not fair.
Life isn't fair, Poppet, but that's the way it is. And we must learn to deal with it.
Okay, I'll try. But it makes me so mad. Keep on reading, Nanny.
I'm mad too.
In despair, the man confessed he had killed her out of jealousy. So he was hanged on the small island, in the middle of the very same lake where he had killed the girl.
These illustrations are great.
They searched everywhere, but the girl's body was never found. Since then, her spirit, known as the White Lady, has been imprisoned in the depths of the lake. She grieves eternally for the loss of the man she loved. When fog arises, the White Lady is known to leave the waters of the lake and roam the woods, looking for her long-lost love.
Uh-oh.
In vain. Within the fog of dawn, hunters have claimed to hear the wailing of a woman in the distance.
I'm a little scared of this story, even though I like the lady.
Should I stop reading, my little sparrow?
No,
No.
Nanny. Daddy always tells me that fear must be faced. Go ahead.
Okay, honey. Every time the sad memory of the night she perished stirs in her soul, she takes the life of a young woman by
Rude.
slaying such a life in its youth, even just for an instant. The lady feels free from the burden of her pain.
Good night, Nanny.
Good night, my love.
What a lovely children's story.
I spent almost 3 years with the nanny, but when I came home, I quickly forgot how to be happy. My memories do not return until 15 years later, in 1944, when I stayed in that house. I enjoyed setting up cameras in the woods by the lake. My father created a device that attached to the cameras. It would make them take pictures at set intervals. I was trying to photograph animals, or whatever else was in that damned place.
Or perhaps the White Lady. July 16th, 1944, 6 a.m. Oh, I'm in control. Okay, let's lower sensitivity a little bit more. We'll try 20% and 20%. Try quality as well. Is that an iPhone 0? What the hell? Okay.
Reel off the film.
Early iPhone here.
Open the camera. Remove the old roll of film.
That's a weird looking flash drive.
Put the new film in. Close the camera. Load the film. Activate the timer. Almost ready. Now to bring the image into focus. There's something floating on the surface of the water.
What?
If I frame it better, I might be able to see what it is.
It's a lady. Martha!
What? Is that a person? I must help them.
Martha is dead!
I was horrified horrified at the idea that someone might have drowned in my lake. The lake was my world, where I would spend entire days daydreaming. I would lose myself in my thoughts, but that was a rude awakening. So terrible.
I wouldn't touch her. That's the white lady.
I instantly noticed that the person was wearing one of my dresses. I was scared. I dragged that lifeless body as best as I could to the shore, trying not to drown myself. Only when I lifted her in my arms did I realize who she was. It was my sister, my twin, a part of me, dead. Impossible to comprehend. I was desperate. I didn't know what to do or to think.
I'm guessing her name was Martha. And Martha is dead.
I have to stay calm. Martha is not dead. It's not possible.
Take her pulse.
It's not true. There's no need to worry. Everything is fine. Everything will be fine. I have to stay calm. Martha is not dead. Martha, February 26th, 1923.
Well, I think she might be dead. I'm guessing based on the game cover.
Is everything okay?
Are you hurt?
Martha is...
What are you doing?
Go, Eric, run!
My parents ran towards me. My mother hugged me. She, who detested me, was now cuddling me. Her warmth filled me with life, and the pain became bearable. I felt protected. Martha, are you okay? She asked me,
Oh no.
speaking slowly in order to let me read her lips. She thought I was deaf. She thought I was Martha. I didn't want the moment to fade, so I meekly nodded my head. I didn't realize I had done something that couldn't be undone.
Oh
I
no.
would have to pretend to be Martha. Forever.
But Martha is dead. Her mom only loves Martha. Wait, are we still on streamer mode? Yes, okay. So that music should be safe in theory. Sign of the cross.
O Lord who gives life to the dying, let your sacrifice of love be offered for Martha's soul. Into your hands I also entrust my spirit, so that I may be reunited with her in perpetual light, to never suffer the desolation of purgatory. Please grant her eternal rest, O Lord, and may eternal light shine upon her.
Eric, did you remember to light the candle?
May the power of Cthulhu fill your inner spirit with darkness
always find
and
something for
resurrect
everyone to
my
do.
sister in the name of the lost one, the darkness. May madness rule this realm. Bring her back to me.
I can't turn it off. We have to listen to the radio all of the time. Any news and announcements can be vital.
Okay. What is that?
July 17th, 1944. Our family is deeply saddened and is thinking of you during this extremely difficult time.
Aw.
Ernesto E. and family.
Wait a minute. So back in the day, if you didn't have a grandma, you could order a telegramma? Okay.
July 17th, 1944.
She's so nice.
Our hearts are with you and we share your grief in the wake of the tragic loss of your dearest Julia. Monsignor Attilio D. July 17th, 1944, Ministry of War. Director General for Conscripts and NCOs. We are grieving over your sudden loss, and we send you our heartfelt condolences. The Lieutenant Colonel Rapporteur.
There's some nice telegrammas.
An old painting. I find it so sad. It communicates a sense of deep solitude to me.
That's the worst pun of Horror Month 2022? It's not over with yet.
There's no reason to use the phone right now. A telegraph box. I know how to use it. Daddy taught me. I thought I saw... No, that's not possible. There must be this whole situation making me see things that don't exist.
Quick! Can you see the Star Citizen release date?
Books, books, and more books. In our villa, there must be 10 times more than even here.
There's a limit to her powers, I see. She can't see that far into the things that don't exist. Dad looks drunk.
Daddy must be devastated. He loves me. I messed up and now I have to watch him suffer my death. I can at least light the candles and let him find some comfort in sleep.
Why don't you just tell them that, Is that a lighter?
Daddy's oboe. We were preparing a really nice duet together. On the rare occasions he's at home, that is.
Oh, let's light the candles. Those are some long candles. My God. Those are, what, 3 feet long? They're probably like 5 feet long. Those are some big candles. Damn.
When you're done, can you come and get the flowers, please? Or send Martha if you like.
Never a moment's peace. Even at a time like this. She can't sit still for a second.
Yeah. I love how at this funeral we're just playing some jamming music.
Daddy's canes. They are so beautiful, but I can't say why, but they have always scared me.
Well, I like his can-do attitude. Collect the flowers from Mother before she gets angry.
Damn flowers.
When Mummy asks for something, there's no escaping it.
All right, Mommy, I'm coming. What's that?
These hunting rifles are not Daddy's. He never went hunting. Nanny must have left them here.
Your nanny? Wow.
Everything always has to be perfect with her.
Thank you, sweetie.
Parla Londra. Trasmettiamo alcuni messaggi speciali. Felice non è felice. È cessata la pioggia. La mia barba è bionda. Parla Londra. Abbiamo trasmesso alcuni messaggi speciali.
I don't know what they're saying. What did that say?
What's happening? Who closed the door?
Mummy?
Erich, wake up. Do you think it's appropriate to sleep here? Of all places?
What? Yes. I must have fallen asleep.
What are they talking about?
You can't stay here forever. Why don't you go to bed?
No. I want to stay with my daughter.
Your daughter? Your daughter? You have another daughter, you know. The one who's still alive. Remember?
What are you talking about, Irene? Julia is dead. What kind of comment is that? How can you?
You should be thinking about Martha. Julia harmed Martha. You know that, right?
Oh.
And as if that were not enough, she has now also abandoned her.
It's the same old story. Everything is always Julia's fault, isn't it?
Julia.
Her fault for Martha being deaf and for you being infertile. Do you think it's the right time for this? Julia is dead, Irene. Dead. Someone killed her. Do you realize that?
Of course I realize. I get it. Do you think I'm stupid?
Yeah.
No one understands it better than me. She always brought problems. Only problems. It would have been better if she hadn't been born at all.
Whoa.
Crazy.
I'm the crazy one? Me? They have done this to get at me, yes. Your death is all my fault. All I could ever do for you was hurt you, Julia. My poor, sweet, crazy girl. What will I do without you? What will life be like now? All the time I didn't spend with you. But now I'm home. We can go fishing together. We can take pictures of butterflies. No. We can't do anything together anymore, can we? Nothing. I miss you, Julia. I miss you.
While American bombings continue to devastate the peaceful towns within the Elsa Valley, we have heard some tragic news from the area of La Ramola. The young daughter of German Army General Erich K. was murdered near her home. What possible reason could there have been behind such a cowardly act? This is what the Carabinieri, who immediately intervened, hope to find out.
So he's a general.
Mother didn't seem to suffer from the situation. All she cared about was that my death was so painful for Martha. But not having me around anymore must have been a great relief to her. At the end of the day, it was better for everyone that it was me who died. And it was better for me, too, that people thought that. but the guilt began to consume me. That's when I started having horrible nightmares.
Uh-oh. Martha has lost her life. Martha has found. Martha has lost her soul.
Martha has lost her soul. Martha has lost her soul. Martha has lost her soul.
Are we in Italy or Germany?
Martha has lost her soul. Martha has lost her soul. Martha has lost her soul.
This is 1944, so World War II is happening. Is this after Italy joined Germany as allies?
Martha has lost her soul.
They. Nope. I stole her identity. What the hell? Oh, God. Ew. But we're twins. Why do we have to steal her face? This makes no sense. No! Oh, God! Ew! No! Right.
It was just a dream. A horrible dream. That horrendous woman and the face of my sister. I wish all of this was a dream and my sister is just sleeping in her bed. Instead, her bed is empty and this is reality. This is Martha and me at the festival of the patron saint. It was only a few months ago, and now... Martha had asked for a picture of me to put in this frame. She wanted me to do one of those expressions of mine that made her laugh. Expressions that she couldn't quite imitate. She used to say that those were the signs of my soul. Can a photo capture the soul? Can I capture Martha's soul?
What are these creepy pictures? What the fuck?
Scary fairy tales. Everything seems to be scary lately. Yet everything here is so beautiful and bright.
What is that last fairy tale with a man and a knife with children sleeping? What the?
This is Martha's trinket box. It could contain something that will help to figure out what happened.
Martha?
Martha's clothes. To me, wearing them will be like having her with me. Mummy will also be happy to see them. Or I could wear my clothes in the other wardrobe.
Let's wear our clothes.
Can I be Martha without her clothes? Mummy never wanted us to swap, so I don't know how she will take it. I could wear Martha's clothes instead, in the other wardrobe.
I'm gonna wear my own because Mother needs to get over it that the other one's dead. That's a nice outfit. I like the stripes.
Oh gosh, if Mummy sees this picture, she'll throw it away for sure. It's me and Lapo. I want to see him as soon as possible so we can mourn Martha's death together.
Are you gonna tell him that
Nanny
Martha
will be
died?
visiting me soon. I always keep my trinket box locked.
Okay. So far, this game is very weird, and the story is like super messed up already. It's gonna get progressively more strange, I'm guessing. The concept of like having a twin and then
Everything I need
one of
is
them
always in
dies
my
and then
bag.
you pretend to be the twin that died is very weird. B to open the bag. You've opened Julia's bag. Here you can find objects Julia carries with her along with any picked up during the game. Object list at the bottom left. Show object user and analyze it. Now try selecting the key on the map.
The key to my trinket box.
I'll open it.
Here is my diary.
Wait a minute. Is Julia in
July
chat
12th,
really
1944.
Julia?
This is a new diary. We moved here today and I forgot my old one back at home. But that's okay. A new chapter in my life, a new diary. They say they brought us here for our own safety. Daddy, the war, and everything else. Nanny gave us her house and she went to look after the mansion. It's weird being back here after so many years. I remember Nanny telling me the fairy tale of the Lady of the Lake. It's one of the few happy memories I have from when I was little. Nanny isn't here and that's a shame, but Martha is here with me. I also get to see Lapo more often, which is wonderful. He's always hanging around here. Mum is thankfully too preoccupied with fixing up the house to worry about me. At least for now. July 16th, 1944. There's something creepy about the woods. Every time I'm at the lake, I get a strange feeling. Maybe it's the legend of the White Lady playing tricks on me. I get weird ideas. I think that there is this presence. Then I think I'm just being crazy. Anyway, crazy or not, I want to take some pictures. I'm not scared. In fact, I'd say I'm excited. I've made arrangements with Martha. She's coming to the lake with me tomorrow to set up 2 new cameras with timers, and we'll see what we can photograph. Not before a good swim, of course. To be honest, Martha doesn't like photography all that much, and recently she's gone off swimming too. But she does like spending time with me by teasing me. Then, when she gets bored, she disappears into her books, and I do my own thing. We feel right when we're together.
Yes, Erich, I'll be right there. I'm just going upstairs to call Martha down for
It's
breakfast.
July 18th.
fine, but I'm not sure we should let her sleep all day. What do you think? What did you say? Okay, I won't wake her up. I'll just turn on her light. So when she wakes up, she'll know when to come down for breakfast.
They really think I'm Martha and I can't hear them. I need to be careful not to talk, or I will be in serious trouble. This is not the right key. I must get her key if I want to know what's inside her trinket box.
Well, where does she keep her key? Anything?
I still like to have the books and games from when I was little with me. It's me with the nanny. Or maybe it was Martha. No one can remember.
Well, you're now the same person. Hello there. This is a very interesting way to do a point-and-click adventure game. First-person perspective. It's very unique, and I like it so
How
far.
wonderful the snow is. Unfortunately, it doesn't snow often around here. There's no shortage of paintings in our house. Mum is passionate about painting. Dad loves these prints of Florence. I find them a bit sad.
I prefer fresh prints, really. But that's just me. Yeah, I much prefer prints of, at the top of churches, they often have bells, and there's air around the bell, so I like prints of bell air. But fresh prints.
It's locked. Strange. Why did they lock my room?
Julia.
As a child, when I spent those short years with the nanny, this was my room.
Italy looks beautiful. Bellissimo.
Martha's breakfast is ready. We can go.
Yes. It's getting late.
Did you leave the newspaper for Martha? You know how much she likes reading it.
Yes, Irena. It's on the table, can't you see?
And that camera, are you leaving it there?
Yes, Irena. Can't you leave it there for a few more days? Do you mind? It was for Julia. I will take it away soon. I promise. The thought makes me so sad. Seeing it there is as if... I don't know how to explain it.
All right. But let's go now. We have too much to do. We can't stay here all day talking.
Mummy is right, though. Martha always read everything. It's me who will now read the newspaper instead. They'll be out all day. The funeral preparations will take them a long time. Everything is more complex with the war. Over the next few days, I will see little to nothing of them.
Bellissima is female. Italia is female. L'Italia è bellissima.
During deep winter, I would go to sleep snuggled by the fire and Nanny would get angry. Do you want to turn into a piece of charcoal, Julia?
The only other phrase of any sort of Italian I know is from The only other Italian I know is from mafia movies and Mario.
Brutal assassination in San Casciano. Julia Kay, a young woman from a respectable family, brutally murdered near her home. Carabinieri investigates. A possible political motive emerges. Martha was not killed by politics or war. She was killed by something much closer and much less clear. I will find out the truth.
It's and Me is not Italian. Is it not? Oh, I did not know that.
Firm bulwark even in the skies. 159 aircraft of the Germanic defense shot down in 24 hours. Major Russian operation northwest of Jassy. Enemy convoy lost in the Mediterranean. 2 destroyers and 6 merchant vessels sunk. Julia Kay. Distressed but supported by faith. Irenei the mother, Erich the father, and Martha the sister sadly announced Julia's passing. The funeral will take place in La Romola, Thursday, July 20th at 9:30 p.m., departing from the property of the deceased. First improvements in food registration. Bread rations increased by 50 grams per day as of April 20th, a kilo more every month of soup ingredients. Reforms to the treatment of agricultural workers, and an unexpected distribution of jam.
Now, is gabagoo a phrase in Italian, or is that just a complete meme? It's real food? Okay.
Mummy's family coat of arms.
Is the body... Oh, yep. That's creepy.
I liked watching Nanny as she cooked. I always picked up loads of techniques.
Newspaper. Read the newspaper. Frame. Camera. So, I'm home alone with a corpse. Great.
Oggi Bonsi. On the day of St. Alexis, the battle rages in the city tormented by Anglo-American bombing. Our Lady of Carmel, a company of the Falchium Regiment, counterattacked yesterday, forcing the French to retreat to Piazza del Mercato. The situation is currently under control.
Florence, July 15th, 1944. General Erich K. As per our prior agreement, we are sending you military encrypted communication material. The device must remain hidden and secret. Hail. Feld Mascherallo, Carl H.
I like that they didn't actually say it, even though it was written there. I was like, are they going to say it? Uh-oh. So her dad is a general in, I'm guessing, the Italian army, who is now an ally of Hitler at the
This
time.
painter was a friend of Grandpa's. I always loved his paintings. As a child, I used to look at them for hours.
Bum, 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 bum.
The only way people could tell Martha and me apart was by dressing differently. Even Mother couldn't tell us apart.
Oh, he may just be in the German army then. Oh, because he does sound German.
My dog's basket, or should I say, the new dog's basket. I don't remember what happened to my first dog.
How do you
but
not
When
remember?
I think of him, I feel despair.
Despair? She said she feels despair, chat. That's an emote. Anything I miss in the kitchen? It's very dark in here, so probably not. But all right. Let's see what's downstairs. Actually, let me grab the camera first. Where is? Oh my God! It's so beautiful out here. L'Italiana è bellissimo. Absolutely beautiful. Cows. Ride the Lightning, thank you for the gift sub. Or bellissima, sorry. Photo. Where is my camera? I need to find my camera and take pictures with it. Oh, it's right there.
Chocolate, a privilege for few people in these times.
Oh my God, I have chocolate downstairs.
For Julia, to take more and more photos, Dad. I can verify that the camera is still working by taking a photo. I could photograph a sparrow. There are so many of them out here.
Can you eat
Bread,
some butter?
jam, and coffee. Martha's typical breakfast. I prefer honey and milk, but I'll have to adapt to her tastes, obviously.
Toast?
There might be birds around the little wall in front of the house. I always put crumbs on it for them.
Bread is boring by itself, but when you toast it, put butter on it and a little jam, then it's a party. Something about toasted bread. It's just so good. Bread is not good. Let me rephrase that. Store-bought white bread from a regular grocery store is boring. Good bread is good, but not Q. You're about to use Julia's camera, 1940 Rolleicord with 120 millimeter film. Used to take photos throughout the game. Some photos are hidden elements that will progress the game's story. While holding this camera, the icon will indicate the points of photographic interest. Icon appearance will be clear as the closer you are. Press E to observe the camera and any fitted attachments. No camera skin unlocked. For the subject you want to photograph, press Q to exit camera mode. About to take your first picture. To simplify simulation, the picture previews display the settings as you change them in your camera. The real life, the viewfinder image is controlled by a secondary lens, only responds to focus. All right, so R and F are heights. Inclination. Oh. Fine-tune the camera out of focus. Stand still, but fine-tune the camera rotation, pitch, and height. Oh, I can get closer. Properly out of focus. I have to click. Open the advanced settings panel to make your picture unique. Use the panels to adjust focus, exposure, aperture, science. for the extra tab. Here you'll find camera add-ons. You'll be able to use different lenses, filters, much more. I only have one closest panel. This is very in-depth. So, adjust the camera with space to shoot. Ooh. Out of focus. All right. And fatal frame! You're about to take a photo where an important feature of the story hasn't been correctly framed. You can continue, but story map. Do you wish to continue? No. Properly focused. How do I tell when it's properly? No. Yeah, on the left, in focus. Oh. Congratulations, taking your first photo. You can choose as many photos you want throughout the game. Remember, that's only a few will be critical of the story's progress. Soon you'll learn to develop photos you've taken. Yay! Try taking a... Yay!
Excellent. I've taken the picture. Now it's straight to the darkroom in the cellar to print it.
Sure.
Daddy recently became a general in the German army. He used to take pictures on the front lines, but now he gives me the materials to take photographs instead. Now that Martha is gone, only this camera can fix my ideas and my memories. I can't allow myself to forget.
How is this horror? Just a few minutes ago, we cut off our sister's face and wore it like a mask. So remember, not every horror game is going to be constant jump scares. Bum, 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 bum. Should I take a post-mortem photograph like in Fatal Frame?
We are so lucky. In these difficult times, pantries are empty and people are going hungry. But with a German general for a father, food is never scarce.
True.
Lorenzini haberdashery. 5 meters of grey cotton fabric. 6 meters of white linen fabric. 4 meters of green satin. Delivered on June 5th, 1944. In the event of an issue, contact us on the number 6987. And this red fabric? It's not been mentioned. Could this also be one of Mummy's, or could the nanny have left it here?
Take the scissors.
These could be of use to me.
Those are some big scissors. Like heavy duty.
Mummy's medicine. Will they do her any good?
Forbidden. What does that do?
Mummy's sewing machine. She learnt how to sew because nobody else could do it to her liking.
What is
Our
Okay.
wine. Daddy is so proud of it.
That doesn't look like wine. Yeah. Looks like an interrogation gone wrong.
Daddy set up his darkroom here. He doesn't take photos anymore because of his work, but photography is still his true passion. I'm allowed to use the darkroom when I want to.
It's called Pilot Salt. The Third Reich kept its soldiers alert with meth. Oh. No wonder the mom is constantly like busy.
There are 3 baths when developing photos. The development bath, then the first rinse, and then the fixing bath. The second rinse is done directly in the sink afterwards.
Okay. Is the reason why they use red lights and not other colors? To develop a photo, you need to use the enlarger. It's an optical instrument that allows you to process photographic paper. Red doesn't damage the picture. Would any other color work? Or just red? After shooting a photo, the film must be developed in several steps. This aspect is omitted for the sake of simplicity, but in reality, the steps are as follows. Film is firstly rolled on a reel and put inside a small tank. The tank is then immersed in developer, washed, and then immersed in stop bath. Then is washed again, dried, and finally cut. You find your rolls film already developed and ready for printing. Choose the image you want to print paper. The preview on the left side will help you choose. Of course, you will see your image and negatives. The enlarge allows you to customize your photos even more. You can choose which part of the paper the picture will be printed. You can adjust the focus and choose how long to expose the photographic paper. Red filter, you can project and see the image on the paper without exposing it. Controls to magnify and adjust the focus. If 3 circles are aligned, the picture is focused. You'll see the image out of focus when aligned. You probably shot it that way. Play with the instrument until you're happy. When you're ready, press space to continue. When the red filter is removed, the image is exposed to the paper. This process has been automated, made faster when it happens in real life. It's very complex. Immerse the paper developer and the image will appear. To ideal exposure, take the paper out of the developer and the timer is in green. If you take it too early or too late, the picture will ruin. You have to print it again. Real life, the immersion developer is followed by a wash, a stop bath, and a second wash. The additional baths have been skipped for the sake of simplicity. Here's your printed photo. You keep it with the album or scrap
Not a
it.
bad photograph. It seems that the camera works perfectly. Now I can take a self-timed photo for Martha's frame.
Well, that's pretty cool. Well, I prefer the iPhone, honestly. It's just quicker. Much faster and easier.
Daddy had this device brought here last week. It's old, but still works. He has always loved everything technological.
Oh, I bet. What else is in this wine cellar here?
I don't like wine all that much, but I go crazy for our dessert wine. It is very sweet.
That is so much wine. Oh, that's where I take the photo. What is this?
These workbenches fascinate me. I would love to learn carpentry. This is where Nanny's husband made my dolls. The puppets I used to play with were made here. I never knew that when I was a child. They always told me that a fairy brought them. I didn't really believe them, but it was nice to think that. When I was little, these barrels seemed enormous. I thought I could live inside one.
To be fair, they are enormous still. Like, holy crap, they are really, really big.
Camera is set up with the self-timer.
Start timer. Neutral. Go ahead and take the film out of there. And let's go develop it.
It's always a thrill to develop a photo. You can't see anything at first, yet something invisible is captured on the black film, a kind of ghost. That invisible breath then returns to reveal the reality from which it was torn. There are those who say that photography steals the soul or captures it.
Fatal frame.
That's why they used to photograph the dead. But nowadays, almost nobody does it anymore. Even if it's just a delusion, I want to photograph Martha. I want to have a small reflection of who she was with me. But I have to do it secretly or they'll think I'm crazy.
No, you don't have to think you're crazy, because you just kind of are crazy. Bet you there's gonna be a ghost in the picture.
Yes, this is me. No one was ever able to tell us apart. But I never had the slightest doubt, and nor did Martha. It's strange how what identifies us most deeply is not visible to anyone.
The soul in the photo.
I was obsessively thinking about Martha and what had happened, but suddenly a thought took control. The memory of that day at the lake was becoming more and more like a dream when, after awakening, the image becomes more and more faded. Could it be that the memories were a figment of the mind? Had I been the one that hurt my sister? I had always envied her, and now I had taken her identity. I experienced a suffocating pattern of thoughts. I decided to go straight to the lake to retrieve the film rolls. They would tell a different story, I was sure. But deep down, I kept hoping they would confirm my fading memory. Of course the door is locked. The keys aren't hanging on the lock as usual, then they will be in Daddy's study. We live in fear now. My parents are not going to let me go to the lake anymore after Martha's death. So this is the right time. I need to know. The self-doubt I feel is eating me up.
The rolls. I know all about the rolls. Oh no. Well...
It's dark and I can't turn on the lights. It's dangerous. I'll need a flash for the camera. I can look for it amongst Daddy's things in the room below his bedroom.
Well, see, now this is a lighter, unlike that game we played earlier. And I can actually see. It's amazing how that works. What was that? New skin unlocked. Yay! I also unlocked a new skin earlier. It was called My Dead Sister's Face. What is that a window? Julia. Is this Daddy's study? Yes, a flash.
Here's the camera flash. Now I can photograph Martha even in the dark.
Light bulbs? What is that?
Daddy's stuff. War maps. I've heard everything will play out on this new defensive line.
More meth. Yeah, it's methamphetamine hydrochloride. Yeah, that's meth. I didn't know you could have meth in tablet form. Does that affect you differently than, like, you know, the meth we're used to nowadays?
I have to be careful not to wake them up, or they will never let me leave the house.
Sorry, snaking. Just snaking. I don't see anything up here. Oh, there's the key I need. Alright, let's go unlock some stuff. Oh, where'd my... Let me turn on the lighter again. There we go. Now I can see. I probably can unlock both the room downstairs and also my room. Or not. Alright, let's take a creepy, unnecessary photo. Why not? There we go. Right. Too dark. Out of focus. Properly exposed. Out of focus. All right.
Dan, it would be nice to have you always by my side, even if it's just a picture.
That's so creepy. Fatal frame. Yeah, I saw today that they announced that the season 4 of The Witcher on Netflix is not going to have Henry Cavill in it. Which is like, oh, then I will not be watching anymore. Because he was the show. It's like, he was the show. God, these old lamps are very noisy. Anything in the old church? No. How do I get to the lake? Not that way, apparently. I don't remember where the, Dan, I hope this isn't a spoiler, but Martha has died. You mean the girl we just took a picture of is dead? The one in the coffin? Oh my god. I thought she was just sleeping. Oh, I do have a map, don't I? The lake is... Oh my. Way over that way. So I follow this path and then go right on it. I'll eventually hit it. It's like a little road path here. And then take it right. Looks like, so just take the straight forward. Oh, generator.
I was afraid of animals when I was little. I never approached them alone.
Well, that's cool.
I love the night, but this night scares me. In the dark, I can feel all the harm I've caused. It's getting closer with each step. I feel it brushing up against me like a cold wind. I hurt Martha. The closer I get to the lake, the more certain I am.
What the fuck?
How could it not be? I killed her to steal the love that everyone felt for her but didn't feel for me. How could I have done such a thing?
I saw that. What was that sound? Can't seem to go lower. Well, as low as it's gonna go, I guess. Focus.
German soldiers. Daddy ordered patrols to be carried out near the house, but how could they have lost a helmet? God only knows.
That's a little sus. Who lit that candle right there? Okay, quite a bit further down the road.
Oh no! Damn lamp! Luckily I still have my lighter with me.
What? Oh, God! No! It was the white lady.
The cameras are somewhere around here.
One is here.
Two cameras left.
Wait a minute. What is that? Is that a house in the sky? Or a UFO? Okay, it's just a weird perspective thing. It's just in the distance there. Okay, another one. It's a lot of cameras for one person to own.
One more camera to collect.
And then the other one is quite a ways over that way.
A shred of fabric here in the woods. How strange. Let's take a photo of it and leave it where it is. That's it. I've got them all. These films are going to help me understand what happened. Now I should rush home to develop them.
Now we need to adjust the focus.
How could it have ended up here? It looks familiar.
Red fabric. It could be that little girl that was going to see Grandma in the woods. The little lamp is starting to die on me, unfortunately. Are you barefoot? I can't tell if she's wearing shoes or not. I didn't remember her putting on shoes.
Julia. Julia.
Oh my god. Someone wants... Oh! Someone wants me to draw emotes. They're trying to pay me an exposure. Where the hell are... Oh my god. Did I make a wrong turn? I'm worried about getting sick in this room because I see people coughing. What in the fuck is happening? Did I have one of Mom's pills? Jeez.
Oh, yet another nightmare. She entered my dreams once more.
Oh god.
Maybe she wants to talk to me. What am I saying? Fairy tales coming true. Yet I feel... No, these are the thoughts of a crazy person, and I'm not crazy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, damn it, what's all this blood? I'm not due yet, and there's a lot more than usual. What's happening to me? Am I going to be joining Martha sooner than I thought? I have to wash up and do what needs to be done. If I'm sick, I have little time. The truth awaits me. It must be hidden within those rolls.
I don't have any experience with that, but I'm assuming that that is an abnormal amount of that. That's probably a sign of bad health. Like something is medically wrong. I've never experienced that ever, so I don't really know about that at all. Is there a bathroom? Yes. Can I shower?
That's better. But I still don't understand all of that blood. That's never happened to me before. But I'm not going to tell my doctor. Otherwise, he'll make me stay in bed and rest.
This game's getting weirder and weirder. Okay. Well, let's wear that one.
This dress is only for special occasions.
That's a dress. Okay. How about that one? Yeah, it just keeps getting more and more strange. Just what the fuck is going on? Okay. Take my baggie.
It's very rude, but I could pick up the phone and listen to their conversation.
Yes.
How are you doing today, Rennie?
I'm worried, Father. Very worried. We found more partisan tracks in the woods, right next to the house. That Lapo, I suspect he may be involved in the death of...
No, please don't say that. It's not possible. I know the boy and I don't...
Father, anything is possible in these dark times. Anything. That boy didn't even come to say goodbye to Julia. Didn't they love each other dearly?
He must be terribly scared, and Julia always used to say that.
Yeah, sure, she used to say they were just friends, but you know too, right? Friends are not supposed to do such things, Father. Or are they? But anyway, you're
What?
defending them both. You, my husband, and even the nanny, who, deep down, is a good woman.
The nanny. I believe the nanny is the one who hurt Julia. With her evil passion for those cards, that they are cursed
What?
things. I hope you made them disappear.
Of course. I keep them safe in my room. Anyway, you must forgive me, Father. I have to go. They've come to pick me up. Have a good day.
You too.
Lapo's involved in Martha's death. My mother is losing her mind again. How could anyone even imagine such nonsense? And Don Attilio, he is a great friend, but what a weird view.
She's
Those cards are just a game, but most importantly, they're mine. Why on earth did they take them from me?
tarot cards.
For the raping being committed by invading troops. New ordinance for the safety of citizens. From this moment on, it is forbidden for anyone to leave their homes and walk the streets of San Cassiano. All windows, including cellars, house entrances, and doorways, must remain closed night and day. The population are advised to stay in their cellars, or, where these do not exist, churches and other large buildings. The patrols of German armed forces have orders to shoot at people who are on the street.
Jeez.
Or who are found looking out of their windows.
What?
I shall repeat for clarity. New ordinance for the safety of citizens. From this moment on, it is forbidden for anyone to leave their homes and walk the streets of San Cassiano. All windows, including cellars,
wait,
house
right there.
The radio
entrances,
needs to be
and
kept on at all
doorways
times
must
these
remain
days.
closed
It
night
can
and
save
day.
your life knowing
The
things on
population
time,
are advised
especially
to
before
stay
they
in their
happen.
cellars, or, where these do not exist, churches, and other large buildings.
Okay.
Patrols of German armed forces have orders to shoot at people who are on the street
General Edict
or
K.
who are found looking
New
out
rules
of
on
their
curfew
windows.
and women's behavior. German command of S. Vincenzo Attori. Telephone number 1185.
So they would shoot you if you even looked out your window. Jeez.
Nets for catching butterflies, poor creatures. I had so much fun with them.
Now, where are my tarot cards? Hi, Jesus. Not looking for you, though. I'm looking for the other card.
Dear Mother, this is hard, but I have something to tell you. I found out that Julia is pregnant. Go to the lake tomorrow morning at 7 and watch her as she bathes. You'll see that her tummy is growing. Martha. What? I'm not pregnant. Why is everything becoming even more confusing?
Wait, what?
I'm searching for an explanation, but instead I'm left with more questions.
Would pregnancy explain that much blood? No, if you're pregnant, you don't bleed. So... Oh, miscarriage. Ooh. That would probably... Yeah. That's awful. Ugh.
Here are my cards. Nanny and I always used to play with them. She would predict my future and I pretended to predict hers. The future was always good for everyone. Maybe when she read them, she saw my true future, which she hid from me. Or more likely, these cards are actually just a stupid game to reassure and deceive oneself with.
Yep.
But deceiving oneself is sometimes necessary. How can we live happily otherwise?
That's true. There's a lot of awful, real stuff happening all the time. It's nice to, drown yourself in some fantasy and stuff.
Romola, 15th of July, 1944. Dear Mrs. Irene, I'm writing to let you know that all is well here at the villa. Thank you for being so considerate and caring. I apologize for the simplicity of the housing you were forced to live in. I also locked the room where the little one used to stay as requested. I've left you the key. It is the one with the pink keyring. Try to stay safe. Best regards, Nanny. Why on earth did Mummy have that door locked? It was my room. What is she trying to hide?
Yeah, why would she do that?
Herverton again. I feel like these pills do nothing other than agitate her.
Yep. Those pills are going to make her... The more she takes them, the more she's going to get rattled.
This is Mummy's jewelry. She wears them every day. Even though Daddy says it's impractical and dangerous to show signs of wealth these days. As usual, she doesn't want to listen to reason and ends up arguing with Daddy until he goes to play war, as she says.
He's not playing war, he actually is in war. But...
There are more and more weapons around, and everyone is scared after what happened.
The time period and the setting and the story are very, very dark in this game. Was anyone able to tell, like, they have meth in pill form? Would the body process those differently than, like, like modern day meth, where they, like, inject it or smoke it? Like, would it be is that film?
25 ISO film. When the sun is high in the sky, it's perfect.
Is it more like it's kind of like Adderall almost, like a real strong upper? I'm just curious, like, what, like, someone, like, she's taking this pill, like, probably multiple times a day. And apparently the Germans were doing this with all their troops, which was keeping them alert by giving them these meth pills. So it's like, I wonder like what that effect was, like on the body. Can't go in there. Oh, hello.
The superior commander of the German Federal Armed Forces announces 1. Whoever is in possession of weapons or explosives not reported to the German headquarters will be shot. 2. Whoever harbors bandits and or protects them and provides them with clothing and or weapons will be shot. 3. Whoever is aware of the existence of any rebel groups or even lone rebels without reporting them will be shot.
It's a lot of will be shots.
Italian workers in Germany. The following rules are in place for workers who voluntarily work in Germany. A commitment of a maximum period of 1 year before returning to Italy.
Jeez.
Fighting in Normandy. Victorious Germanic counterattack on the road from Perriers to Carentan. Pont Heber reconquered north of Saint-Lô. Many US losses caused by the flying bomb action. War rages on the Eastern Front. An attack launched by the Soviets after hours of cannonade. The fight on this front has been going on for a long time.
Well, any other things around the house? This is definitely a very slow burn game, but I'm enjoying it. Even though it's very dark and uncomfortable a lot of the time.
War. Always war. Even in paintings.
But does it change, though?
These masks, I remember them vividly. I always tried to escape their gaze. One of Daddy's many photos. Who knows who these other people are?
But judging by that newspaper, they're probably all shot by now.
Dante's Inferno illustrated by Dore. Always hanging cheery things.
Oh, that's lovely. Let's just have some Dante Inferno's art on the wall of people getting tortured and flayed alive and stuff. Oh, she still here, I guess. Just chilling in the living room. Unrefrigerated. For several days. I'm sure that's fine. Yep, I'm sure everything is just fine there. Now they have a fan on. A little tiny fan blowing a little bit. Let's go develop our photos. Any new things to pick up from Mummy's area? Daddy's been in here. A lens?
A lens and a roll of infrared film. They can photograph what the naked eye cannot see.
Fatal frame.
With this lens, I can shoot very close up. Orange filter. When there is fog, it improves the image by giving it some contrast. Red filter for super high contrast photos. Blue filter. Ideal for indoor photos. With this lens, everything gets bigger.
I need one of those.
This lens increases the framed area. It allows me to fit more into the image.
The Hanged Man.
I have to be careful and keep the volume down as I listen. I must go unnoticed. I am meant to be deaf after all.
Ready? Julia, you ready?
Sure, Daddy. I'm good to start.
I've already started recording.
Oh, no, my voice will sound awful.
No way, come on. Didn't you want to study singing anyway?
No, I was young and stupid when I said that.
Okay, ready?
Go. Oh, how nice. It's the rehearsal for last week's concert.
Music disabled.
I never heard the recording. But I was right. My voice is awful.
Yeah,
Cannot
it's
be good
great.
singing. Anyway, it's time I developed these
So
film
beautiful.
roles. I
I'm
can't wait
so
any longer.
immersed.
I wish I could
Thanks,
just stop
music
time.
industry. It's so beautiful. What? You would have missed out on your 50 cents on the YouTube video? Oh no. Guess I have to have it muted now. Well, this is kind of pretending like we're deaf because we're not listening to it. We normally would be listening to it. It's like,
These images could change everything. I cannot bear the fact that I may have hurt Martha. I would rather die.
it's obviously
Damn
like
my head in these
a
memory
recording
lapses.
of
It's such a
copyrighted
pain not
music.
remembering. It's like
It's
getting
not really
lost
someone
inside
singing.
yourself.
Let's develop. Oh, that one for sure. All right. Do. And boop.
I'm carrying Martha to shore. I'm trying to save her. My memories, although fuzzy, do match reality. I feel a little better. Now I can find out who really hurt Martha. Maybe I should meet with the White Lady. She might be able to tell me something. Is this crazy talk? Yes, definitely. But what's normal about any of this? Maybe you have to be a little crazy to get anything done.
So you're gonna go talk to a ghost woman. Right. Okay. Well, well, technically last night we did see her. I don't know if that was like real, but it seemed like we did. Well, this music's beautiful. Thank you, Orange Gecko, for that follow.
Here I was running toward the pier, just as I remember.
The thing she's holding it with looks like it's covered in blood. Any others? Develop that one. And take a picture. Been gone 45 minutes. What did you miss? Any ghosts? Yes, we saw ghosts several times. There was a corpse with a baby in it and then we drowned and we got hung. And we woke up and we were bleeding heavily all over the bed. You know, lots of interesting stuff.
Yes, I've undressed and I'm about to dive in. This matches my memory.
I've heard that one before. I've undressed and I'm about to dive in. Is that? Develop that photo, the one we took out there. It seems very... Something's not right with that photo. Why is this so... I ordered 4 displays to that link. I'm excited it had a bunch of white space and walls, whatever. Awesome, Wicked. I hope you got some cool ones, because they are very, very good, high-quality prints. Well, doesn't really tell me anything. We should have the picture of the helmet. Oh, also the corpse photo, which is sus. All right.
A photograph is both the present and the past, like a dead body. I don't know what I'm expecting.
Fatal
Maybe
Frame.
It's silly to think you can capture the soul of someone who has died.
It works in Fatal Frame. You met Mads Mikkelsen here in Sweden once. Nice guy. Was he not Mads? He seemed like he'd be mad all the time. Like more than us. He wouldn't just be mad, he'd be Mads.
Her face can't tell me anything anymore. I know that, really. Her lack of expression scares me. I don't even know whether to keep this blank photo with me or just throw it away.
Well, Henry Cavill was having a lot of issues with the staff and the writers of The Witcher because they didn't take it seriously. And they were making fun of it all the time. Because they felt it was beneath them to write for The Witcher. They felt it was beneath them. Silly kid stuff. Video games and books. Ugh. And he had to constantly correct the production because they were not being true to the books or the games. And he had to constantly tell them the correct way that this character would react, or that character would work, or this part wouldn't make sense. Geralt will never do this kind of stuff. As he's a hardcore gamer, and he like played all the games to study the role of Geralt. So he probably was just tired of dealing with that, and he's also reprising his role as Superman in probably a bunch of movies, so he's probably gonna be super busy for a while. It happens a lot with video game movies and stuff and shows, is the writers feel that they are too good for it because it's just a video game. Like, it feels like it's beneath them. So it comes off that way a lot. That's why a lot of video games and shows and movies end up being bad, because the people who are writing it and making it don't really care about it very much. About the source material it came from. The Sonic movies was actually one movie that was actually pretty close to the source material and done very well. If you haven't seen the Sonic movies, they're pretty good. I think that's all of them. Jim Carrey did a very good job as Dr. Robotnik. Without him, he brings so much life to Dr. Robotnik. And you tell he takes it seriously too. He's not just like doing it just for the check. He is Dr. Robotnik, like in every facet. Yeah, he did a very good job of bringing that character to life. Now what? The newspaper. A strange newt. Dear mother. Found out Julia's pregnant. Go to the lake tomorrow. My happy room. Find the keys. They had peak key ring attached to them. Oh, there's keys to her happy room somewhere hidden. Would mommy have them hidden in her room, maybe? Let's go look around. Let's see. Not up here anywhere. Well, I'm not sure about the new Mario movie. We'll see. Graphically, it looks great.
She leaves them everywhere. I think she's having too many and too often.
Yeah, that stuff will eat your brain from the inside. Yeah, Jack Black, you can tell he's a big gamer and he respects the source material. He's embodying Bowser, who never speaks in the games. Like, he's like was living up that role. Chris Pratt, not as much. I didn't think that his take on Mario was that bad. Like, it wasn't the Mamma Mia that we're all used to, but it was like, it wasn't that bad. It was like, okay, this is all right. It's not what I would prefer, but it's not like it's horrible. I could live with it. I'm just really surprised I didn't get the voice actor of Mario to do the movie, because he's, you know, He's a very experienced voice actor. He doesn't just do Mario voice too. He was Parthenax in Skyrim. Remember how good Parthenax was, and how good of an actor he was in that. Like, he would eat that role alive easily. But, you know, sometimes they just want to have a big ticket name on the movie so they can, you know, use that name to sell the movie. It happens all the time. Where are we? What they should have gotten was Joe Pesci to voice Mario. That would have been amazing.
This is the center of our farm, but since we moved here, it hasn't worked like it used to. Security matters, Daddy says. A tripod is necessary to take photos with long exposures.
Tripod, noise.
I have found what I need to take infrared photos.
Why exactly do you need infrared photos again, ma'am? Wait a minute. There's a chair in the middle of the room and blood all over the floor. And this strange device here. I'm thinking that this was an interrogation room. Oh, infrared. Why do we want an infrared photo here? All right, let's see. Add-ons, tripod, and infrared. Requires a lot of light. High contrast. Distant views. All right, let's see. Now I want to adjust the focus. All right, go ahead and take the picture. I don't know what's going to be there. And what are these tarot cards? Shuffle. Divination. The Magician. The World. The Lovers.
The end of a relationship. It's very clear, but my plans will be successful. I only need to know what these plans are.
Only one divination per day. The Magician in reverse, the World, and the Lovers. It's very, very easy to learn how to read tarot because you just make shit up and you just be very vague when you're making it up. And there you go. You're done. Just be very, very vague and make shit up, and then you're good. And then charge a very high amount of money for it. I do find stuff like tarot cards and stuff like it's fun. It's like fun. I don't believe it's any of it's real, but it's like it's fun to like have your tarot thing read and stuff. It's like looking at your horoscope. They're all very vague and stuff. It's just like it's fun to just like, you know, for funsies. Let's see. GL. It's very bright out here, so let's turn on our out of focus, red filter, focal lens, getting close-ups, and then let's perfect. A little darker.
It must have been Lapo, the dummy. There's little wonder why everyone thinks there's more than friendship between us.
All right. Tarot cards are sometimes dangerous, though my family had a bad experience from it. Coincidence. It's just coincidence. Too bright for a horror game? This is a slow burn game. It's very, very slow burn, but it is very twisted and dark. There's some horrible things that have been happening in this game. Hold space. Objective. Go to the lake. Let's go to the lake again. The funny thing about coincidences is sometimes they just happen. It's true. And as Todd would say, sometimes things just work, too. Now, if you're a vampire, this right here is a very horrific scene. All this sunlight. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I saw the red bands around their arm. Those are Nazis. Oh, those are partisans?
What are the soldiers doing? It's dangerous, I know, but I want to follow them and see what's happening.
So Germany invaded... Did they invade Italy and then surrender to Germany and then join Germany? Or did part of the country want to join them and part did not, and then they fought each other? They were out. Remember, I'm an U.S. education from Ohio. They didn't teach us much, so we didn't really learn much about World War. We just learned that it happened, but not much about it. So the partisans, were they like rebels trying to resist the fascist Italian military at the time? Who is singing? Ma'am? Hello? Who the hell was singing? The gunfight in the... Oh, I need to go to the gunfight. Not the lake anymore. Yeah, the subject matter in this game is very, very, like, dark and depressing, but it is a very well-made game. If you don't mind the slow burn, it's quite, like, slow and not, like, constantly trying to push narrative all the time. And just sort of walk around and enjoy the woods if you want. Okay, should be a path right here. Is that Lieutenant Dan?
Oh God, please no. Lapo, my dear friend. What have they done to you?
Oh, how did they shoot? Where did his legs go?
Your handkerchief was the symbol of what you believed in. At least that is left of you.
I wouldn't put that on right now when there's people shooting.
Dear Julia, are you surprised that I've addressed this to you and don't think you're dead? Everyone calls you Martha now, right? I know you too well. I can never understand why no one else can ever tell you apart. Not even your own mother and father. Martha is gone, and I cannot reconcile myself.
Oh!
Du hast ein Mädchen erschossen, du Idiot.
Scheiße, scheiße, scheiße. Was machen wir jetzt? Sieh mal, was sie um ihren Hals hat. Sie ist eine von ihnen. Es musste getan werden.
Sie ist die Tochter von General Erich K., du verdammter Trottel. Sie war die Freundin von diesem armen Kerl. Oh, verdammt, jetzt sind wir wirklich am Arsch.
Scheiße, lass uns abhauen.
Aber sie lebt noch. Sie liegt im Sterben. Siehst du, wo du sie getroffen hast? Sie ist bestimmt schon tot. Wir müssen jetzt abhauen, sonst sind wir auch bald tot.
I'm dying, I thought. But strangely enough, I wasn't afraid. In fact, I was almost relieved. When I returned, I found myself once again in the midst of a bad dream. One whose meaning I did not understand at the time.
Martha, I give you back what I have. Martha, I give you back your life, your destiny. Nope. Martha, I give you back your appearance.
I give give you back your appearance. I give you back your appearance. I give you back your appearance.
Are you gonna put the face mask back on?
I give you back your appearance. I give you back your appearance. I give you back your appearance. I give you back your appearance.
You now. I see with my eyes.
Two sisters were destined to die. Julia, the first sister, and Martha, the second. On Julia's day of departing, identical twins stood before me, impossible to tell apart. They questioned my presence, since they were still so young. Julia must come with me, I demanded. But they both claimed to be Martha. I explained that Martha's fate was soon to be the same, and their games were useless. I didn't have time for it. The war was keeping me busy. But they didn't concede, and instead kept insisting. Can we follow you together? No, impossible. Are you sure Martha will die too? Nothing is certain in wartime. What if the wrong person went with you? Then you would have cheated death. One would die unjustly, and the other would simply be delaying her fate. They discussed amongst themselves, then hugged before one of them came forward. She stared in a determined, almost threatening manner. I guessed it was Martha sacrificing herself, giving more time to her sister. But I stayed silent, not to reveal their failed deception. No one lies to the face of their own death. So I asked how their choice was reached. We drew lots by throwing a medallion, she said quietly. They had trusted in fate. Oh, how naive they were. They knew fate plays by its own rules, which is true, but it is also my ally. Fate never would have allowed the wrong girl to follow me. In that case, my work was done. She must have been Julia. However, little to my knowledge at the time, that blasted medallion had the same name engraved on both sides. Martha's. So, my first assumption was correct. They were too damn smart, and had fooled both fate and me. One thing is for sure. I'll put things back where they belong. I will correct my ignorance and give fate back its blindfold.
Who are you, sir?
Damn, this hurts so bad. I can hardly breathe.
We were just shot. That's all. Four days after Martha's death. Why is that upside down?
No, my bag is not here. My diary. Lapo's letter.
How is she? How is my daughter? Please, doctor. Please give me good news.
It's a miracle she's alive, Eric, but she will be all right.
The ceremony is today, so I need a suitable dress.
Special dress? Okay. Honestly, it doesn't look all that nice. Well,
I would like to spend a moment with my sister, just me and her alone, before people arrive for the funeral and then take her away.
The bullet passed right by her heart and exited her chest. Unbelievably, it missed her lungs, spine, and heart. She could have been paralyzed or died. But thankfully, she's fine. I examined her thoroughly. She didn't even lose that much blood. She was lucky. And you were lucky, so to speak.
She was lucky that my wife went for a walk in the woods. Otherwise,
she would have bled to death, yes.
I don't know what to say. All of this, it's too much. So much death and suffering. Nothing more.
Don't worry, Eric. She's young, so she'll recover quickly. I'll be here all day anyway.
Thank you, doctor, for everything.
What?
Do you mind coming with me to pick my wife up from the cemetery?
What the hell?
The funeral will start soon in the chapel.
Of course not. Lead the way.
What in the hell?
You know, with all of these preparations for the funeral, Irina wants everything to be perfect. It's her way of coping, so she doesn't have to think about everything going on. She is a woman.
Trick Shot, thank you for the 5 gift subs for chat.
Maybe.
Pathfinder, thank you for the brand new sub as well. Henry Swanson, thank you for that resub. Sergino, thank you for the resub. And Bob, thank you for that resub as well. That was like, let's just see a bird get murdered. I didn't know that crows killed all their birds.
There's my bag.
Rude.
Thank God.
He was just having a good time and just came along and boop, killed it.
Let's hope Lapo's letter is in there. Dear Julia, are you surprised that I've addressed this to you and don't think you're dead? Everyone calls you Martha now, right? I know you too well. I can never understand why no one else can ever tell you apart. Not even your own mother and father. Martha is gone, and I cannot reconcile myself to that fact. I have to stay hidden, and sadly I can't run to you. Even if I would love nothing more than to hold you tight and cry together. No words. I just want to be close to you. Can we meet in the barn tonight? I will try my best to be there around midnight. Don't be alarmed, but if things get ugly, please remember this number, 6934.
69?
He knew he was in serious danger, but what about the letter? I had it in my hand when the soldiers ran off. Mummy found me, and if she's read it, well, she hates Lapo, and now she must know who I am. No, she probably would have left me there to die. She'd rather have no daughter than the wrong one. Before I passed out, I must have put it back in my bag. There is no other explanation.
Continues in La Romola. And once again, General K's family has come under fire. Now it is the life of her sister, Martha, that is in danger.
When it's not too sunny outside, the 200 ISO film works well.
It is only by the grace of God that the girl is alive. Their anti-fascist political motive appears to be the only reason behind the cowardly act.
General Edict K. New rules on curfew and women's behavior. German command of S. Vincenzo Arturi. Telephone number 1185.
Resistance on the Tuscan hills has been exhausting for the invaders.
So they blamed it on the rebels and not the German soldiers. Those bastards. All right, chat. What messed up stuff's gonna happen today? Each day it seems to get worse and worse as the horrific scenes we get to see.
Attempted murder in La Romola. After the murder of Julia Kay, today her twin sister is the victim of another attempted murder. The condition of the young girl, found by the German troops, is no cause for concern. The political motive behind this is becoming all the more clear. But that's not what happened. It's all wrong. Mummy was the one who found me. The German soldiers shot me. Best to stay quiet. No one ever believes the truth.
It's better to make the army look good if the army saved you. That's
the Battle of Tuscany. German
That's on
operations
purpose.
in the Livorno area. Extremely violent fighting in the streets of the city. New ordinance ban on the use of bicycles. Over the last few days, cyclists have once again shot at members of the Italian armed forces and at civilians in the streets. The offenders will be punished in accordance with German martial law.
So it's like a drive-by, but on a bike. That's much slower.
Even in Florence, the war is beginning to be felt. Supplies are starting to run out. Bread may only last a few more days. Prices are rising dramatically. Meat can now be found for 100 to 140 lira per kilo. The gas has been cut and there is no coal.
That's nice. Things are just... The world's falling apart. I'm getting haunted by a ghost.
I should pick up the phone but remain silent. If I let the caller speak first, I'll find out who it is.
Okay. I'm going to try to be quiet.
Hello? Ma'am? Can you hear me? Is there somebody there? Mr. Eric?
It's the nanny. I can confide in her. Nanny? Hello, it's me.
What? Hello? Oh, my lord. I must be dreaming or something.
No, Nanny, you're not dreaming. It's really me, it's Julia.
Oh, my God. Julia, my little sparrow. How wonderful. Sorry, but I thought you were dead. I saw you lying there dead. This brings me so much joy that... Actually, you must explain to me, my little sparrow. What is happening?
I told Nanny everything that had happened. She was sad for Martha, of course, but very happy at the same time. I was the one she had a special bond with. I explained to her that I wanted to try and meet the White Lady, even if I knew it was a silly idea. But she didn't think I was a fool. Quite the opposite. She explained to me what I should do in an attempt to meet her. It was complicated. I noted everything down carefully in my diary. Who knows, maybe she did it only to keep me occupied, while deciding what to do with me and who to warn. I won't ever know, though, because that very same day, a bomb struck the villa and she died. They all
What?
died. We should have been in that house ourselves, but instead, poor Nanny. Bye, Nanny. I love you.
Goodbye, my darling. I thought I'd lost you. Be careful, my little sparrow.
God, we are like bad luck. Jeez. Oh, the table doesn't have a body on it anymore.
Martha was taken to the chapel for her funeral. I want to say goodbye to her alone before everyone arrives.
Wait a minute, we need to develop those infrared pictures we took. Oh, also, we need to take a tarot reading. All right, let's see. Shuffle. I know, this game is very depressing. It's like, oh, we're finally reunited with the nanny. I feel so much happy. She's dead. What? She dead. She died. The moon. The Empress upside down. The High Priestess.
I have to see beyond appearances. There are those who betray me and speak ill of me, but someone will know how to give me the right advice.
All right, let's develop this infrared photo to see if we see anything special. It's that one, right? Develop. Gunther, that command isn't listed on the stream, so why would you type it? He who...
What is this?
What?
A joke? Maybe someone wrote on the film?
He who flees from
Also,
the light
what does
hides
that even
behind
mean?
it.
Light, like divine light? Something to do with religion, maybe?
He who flees from the light hides behind it. You did not find this photo? Well, awesome. I found a special photo. Let's develop the other one right here, too, as well. Develop that photo. And boop. Developing real photos with this old technology was even more complex than this. Yeah, in war, like, they try to guess how many people died and how many atrocities there were, but they'll never be able to tell. There's just too many of them. Too many things that don't get reported, and too many mistakes and miscounting, and, like, just too much. GL. Yeah, and like during that time period, there's people are trying to actively suppress the real like numbers and stuff as well. So it's hard to like tell what was real, what wasn't real, like how many actually died, how many were like lowered and stuff, just to make things look better. There's a lot of propaganda in that time period. Well, nowadays it's harder to do stuff like that because social media is like better than the press ever could be at getting information literally out there as fast as humanly possible. So it's hard to like have like there still is propaganda, there's still lies and stuff all the time, but social media and stuff, and people can bypass those filters and like get things out. Oh, go away. But the bad side of social media is there's no like verification of anything that's ever put on there. So it's hard to filter out the crap from the true stuff.
Poor little one. He's dead. Poor little guy. His place is by Martha's side.
So you killed that bird and you didn't even eat it. You just killed it and then left it. Yeah, it's sort of like, what was that movie with Will Smith in the 90s where, like, they were trying to frame him for murder or something, and then at the very end, the lady's like, well, who's watching the watchers? You know, that kind of thing. Was it Enemy of the State? Yeah.
Nanny always calls me Little Sparrow. This is the part of me that died with Martha. It'll be safe next to her.
Oh, funerals. Very sad.
Here, Martha. This is my heart. Carry it with you. I'm starting to understand how painful your condition must have been. Not being able to properly communicate with anyone is becoming increasingly difficult. I envied you, but I did not see your suffering. I did not understand your courage. I miss you so much, Martha. I'm not worthy to dress in your clothes. Commune of San Casciano, Province of Florence. Death certificate. From the Register of Death Certificates of this commune, number 174, Part 3, Series 12 of the year 1944. It is certified that on the day of the 16th of July of the year 1944, Julia Kay has died, resident of Villa Perchabaya, born in La Romola. On the 26th of February 1923, the daughter of General Erich Kay and Irene Kay, Don Attilio D. will give the funeral, and the esteemed Mr. Alberto M., who will look after the burial in the cemetery of La Romola. Telephone number 6537. The official state civil service. General Galeazzo T. There's only a few signatures from my funeral. If people had known that it was actually Martha, there would have been far more. I'm sorry that I took this from you too.
Well, goodbye, dear sister. That plane sounded sus because it said there was a bombing on that day. I wonder if that is the bomber that's about to blow up the villa. Oh, hold on. Let's see. What a beautiful game. Yeah, like graphically, it's very, very pretty. Wait, no. Adjustments. Do this. That film plus tripod. And just the focus. Can I go that way now, or is it still closed off to me? Read the diary. Oh, I need to read the diary. Figure out how to summon the white lady, the ghost.
July 18th. Everything has changed. I feel like a different person. The best part of me left with Martha. My enthusiasm, my desire to live, and the will to joke around. I find myself alone, left to my own devices, confused with no desire or expectations. I was handling the cameras at the lake and there was a floating body on the water. I don't remember what I was doing before. Yet another memory lapse. That lifeless body was Martha's, my sister. Mummy ran up to me and hugged me, thinking I was Martha and that I, Julia, was dead. I didn't correct her mistake, and now it's too late. If they find out I have been fooling everyone, I don't even want to think about it. I feel terribly guilty pretending to be Martha, pretending to be deaf. I took the photo for Martha's frame. I know it's too late now, and I felt incredible pain placing the picture. I said goodbye to her forever in that moment. I realized she was gone, and there was no going back. I must do one thing for Martha. I must find out what happened. The partisans couldn't have killed her. That's just ridiculous. Lapo is my friend, and he is one of them. He loved us so much. We know all of them, so it's just impossible. July 19th. I retrieved the cameras at the lake, but I had convinced myself that I was the one who had hurt Martha. So much so that when I had the rolls with me on the way home, I found myself in another horrible dream. I don't even remember going to sleep. As soon as I woke up, I developed the film. The photos confirmed to me that my memory of that night was correct. It was a great relief. I have decided to go back to the lake in an attempt to communicate with the White Lady. I know it's a crazy thought, but I can't get it out of my head. I need to know what happened to Martha, so I must pursue every possible avenue, even the path of insanity. Now I know what must be done to meet the lady. Nanny has explained everything to me. I must try to meet her early in the morning when it is foggy, or all will have been in vain. That's what the legend says. This is what I need to do. 1. I must re-invoke her loss by putting her into contact with her lover. To do this, Nanny said to look for his grave in the woods, but there are so many. Daddy always said that infrared photos can see what the naked eye cannot. Maybe then they also see ghosts. There wouldn't be anything strange about that now, considering I'm trying to contact one after all.
Fatal frame.
How crazy. 2. A part of me needs to enter her world. A lock of hair would work, so I'll need scissors to cut some off. 3. I will need an object that connects her world to mine. I don't know what to do for this yet. Hopefully something will come to mind when I least expect it. 4. To communicate with her, I will need to use my tarot cards. I will meet with the lady on the island where her lover was executed.
That's a lot of stuff to do. So I need to go to the graveyard. And... where is the graveyard? Oh, he died right here. He was hung right there. Tarot cards. The lover must be foggy. Take the photograph of spirits. Object that connects her world and mine. Number 6934. Uses telephone to make calls. Let's go back to the phone and make a call. 6934 was a number that...
That raven is making a big fuss.
The raven? Oh, that's so Raven. The raven. Follow the raven. I'm coming, Mr. Raven. Are you leading me somewhere? Want me to go down this path? Uh-oh. What is... Is that more of the red fabric?
Dress. It's made from the same fabric I found a shred of next to the lake. In fact, it is torn. It must be my mother's. My goodness. I started to suspect that Mummy could have been involved in Martha's murder. Lost in these thoughts, hours passed, and I completely forgot about the funeral. When I realized it was evening, they were already carrying the coffin towards the cemetery. She never loved me, I knew that well. But I would never have believed that, had it been her. I struggled to believe it, but it made so much sense. At the lake, she must have thought Martha was me because she was convinced that I was dead.
But how'd she get dry so fast?
When the funeral ended, I felt an irresistible urge to play. I loved music. I started playing without thinking about the possible consequences. I didn't care anymore. I needed to feel alive, to exist again.
Music disabled. Shame remote in Really? Oh, this is such a good song. Oh my, yeah. Like, you really can't, like, have a freaking piano be... What? Really? You can't have someone...
What's going on here? Julia? Is that you? No, it's not possible. Martha's never played. She's deaf, yet... No. This is madness. My God. So, Martha? I understand now. You can get all of the attention, right? You were jealous, weren't you? Because she was a wonderful girl and you're just a useless little slut. How did you manage to convince her? I get it now. But she talked to me. No, it doesn't make sense. I will have you locked up in an asylum. You hear? That's enough. You will pay for what you've done, you cursed lunatic. They will torture you to reveal the monsters in your head.
What the hell?
Her words were as sharp as blades. I tried to tell her that it wasn't me. I showed her the photos I developed that proved my innocence. But she grew all the more angry, calling me crazy, and then she began to hit me with everything she had at hand. I closed my eyes as more darkness began to take over in me. Memories came flooding back. Not memories of actual past events, but more so of feelings. Feelings I had when I was little. They were scary. They were the fears of a little girl. Despite what had happened, I went walking in the woods early the next morning to meet the lady. The evening before, my father had tried desperately to console me.
Talk to me, Julia. You know I love you. I just want to understand what happened. I am happy you are alive. Even if we have lost Martha, your mother was just in shock. She didn't want to hurt you.
Yes, she did. Don't freaking cover for an abuser, Dad. You don't hit someone, period. Divination. Let's see, that one. Chariot. The Wheel of Fortune. And the Hanged
I'm going
Man.
to make it. It will all change eventually. But luck will not be my ally, and everything will be very difficult.
Well, that's not good. I'm gonna succeed, but everything's gonna go to shit. Okay.